All right, welcome everybody to another episode of Stocks and Scotch. We have here again my brother Ernesto and my good friend Jose.
What's going on?
So,
How you doing, everybody?
how's everyone doing today? So just to remind everybody, we are not financial advisors. We're just giving you all our opinion, and we're just here to have fun and for entertainment. So, to get started, man, I had a really bad a really bad week in the stock market. You know, it was red all over all week too. It did not recover at all. How'd your guys' accounts do this week? I mean,
Horrible. I went down 12,000. I recovered 2, so now I'm down 10 for the week.
all right, that's pretty bad. Now, like, how did that affect your overall profit?
Well, that's really more my gains, like you said, your profit. So I lost 10 out of the 12, but now I went in Monday with 12,000 buying power, and then Tuesday it just started skyrocketing down. So now the 5 companies I invested in. So I bought 3 back and bought into 2 more. And then out of those 5, 3 of them was the ones who actually took me down that low. They all went down, don't get me wrong, but 3 hit me the most.
Yeah. So what was your 2 biggest losses for the week? Like,
I had 3. It would be CCIV, Aurora Cannabis, and Workhorse.
okay, yeah, CCIV and Workhorse were my 2 biggest losses for the week. Lost about 5,000 from both. So like overall, my account is down $13K for the week. So yeah, I'm under 30K now, but I'm still, my overall profit is still above 16K, so I'm still happy. And I wanted to mention this, like, I really started like heavily investing again and getting into this exactly like a year ago, like when the market crashed and people were getting their stimulus checks, and I put my stimulus money into the market, and that's when I really started investing again. So yeah, so like, I mean, I'm kind of upset that, like, you know, I lost, 13K in 1 week, but overall I'm still up. And just like, I like, honestly, like, that big drop made me lose motivation for like a couple of days. It's like, damn, I don't trust the market. And it was mostly because of why CCIV went down and Workhorse went down so much. It wasn't because of how much I lost, it was why they went down and all that. And I'm sure everyone's heard all the news and this and that, so they know the reasons. But that's the main reason I was just upset. And I kind of lost trust in the media and the market for a few days, and I had to focus and re-strategize how I plan on moving forward. But Jose, how about you? How was your week? How'd you do?
I am in the negative.
Yeah.
38.
See, everything went down.
Everything went down.
Yeah.
I was looking for this weekend so much, just so I don't have to look at the stock market for 2 days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's going to be an interesting week coming up. We got a lot of good things to talk about today that'll probably kind of.
I don't really want to recommend any stocks today because I don't have anything I really have a lot of conviction on.
Yeah.
Well, I would say this. Just, how would I say it? I wasn't really upset that it went down. I was just mad that I should have waited till Tuesday to buy in, because I would have been happy to put that 12,000 buying power on red days. I'm upset that I got it on a green on a Monday, and then Tuesday it skyrocketed. So that's what I really wanted to touch base. You don't want to buy new stocks. You want to put into the stocks that you already want now. So if they're all in red days, if you have more buying power, put them in now, because if they're going to go, they're going to go up. So as an example, those 3 that went down on me and 2 on Rob, we still believe they're going to go back up. Now it's just, instead of them going up in a week or 2, we might have to wait a month, maybe a year, depending on what the stock's going to do.
Yeah, I think it'll be
So
a
now it's a
couple of
waiting
years.
game.
I think it'll be a couple years before CCIV gets back up to that level. And Workhorse, honestly, it really depends on when they get another big contract opportunity, or if they actually get this whole USPS thing reversed with the Democratic Party. So if that gets reversed and they get the contract, but that's all speculation. Who knows what will happen? And I'm not betting on it anymore. I on Monday, after what happened with CCIV, I transferred all of my shares from CCIV over to Workhorse. And then on Tuesday, you know what happened with Workhorse, that dropped, they didn't get the contract, Oshkosh got it. So yeah, my account got hit twice really hard in 2 days, and then just the following week it just went down like a little bit here and there. And I was day trading Monday and Tuesday to minimize my losses a little bit. And then I just decided after Tuesday, after taking such a big hit with Workhorse, I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna hold everything else I have. I know almost all of them are in the red. I can still do covered call options with most of them and still make some money. And I'm just gonna wait until they recover. I don't plan on selling anymore. The only thing I invested in this whole week, and this is kind of why I didn't make any videos all week. I didn't really know what to do or invest in. All I really put money in it was Tesla all week. And said I got my Tesla. I pretty much doubled up on Tesla. I had like 7 shares and now I have like 15. So that's the only thing I really bought this week. I was buying the dip heavy with Tesla.
Yeah. These limit buys, just make sure you get that price you want, and don't settle for prices that you think can go lower. You know.
Well, I mean, it's really hard to calculate the bottom, and the problem with limit buys is like you might set it just like $5 too low, and then you don't actually capture, and then it goes back up $50, and then you miss your opportunity. So I mean, don't get me wrong, limit buys are great, and it's a great strategy on how to get in and get out too. You know, stop losses, get out at the right time too. But you know, that's kind of dipping more into day trader strategy. Like me, I'm just gonna focus on more getting into the right stocks, and whether it gets beat up by short sellers or the media with reports of this and that, is, you know, as long as I believe in it and it's like slowly climbing and, you know, doing better, and I can see it doing that, you know, I'll ride it out. You know, I'm gonna get out of speculative plays and hype stocks. You know, especially, you know, these Reddit plays. You know what happened with GameStop this week. I mean, shit, some people made some money again this week, but you know, at the same time, I mean, it's still hovering at like $90, $100, isn't it? Yeah, but on Monday it could dip heavy before the market even opens again and people can get out. So you know, I'm staying away from those. Like I wasn't invested in GameStop this time or last time, but I was in AMC. And actually, talking on that, how do you guys feel about recovery plays? Like, you know, the stimulus. I mean, sorry, not stimulus. Well, the stimulus is coming up. Everyone might be getting a stimulus in March, so that might help the stock market boost. But not even just that. Just with the vaccines and COVID, like. How do you guys feel about, you know, switching over some of these growth stocks into more of the value plays and the you know, those kind of stocks? The more safer stocks, pretty much. The things that got beat up when COVID first happened and can now start to really see a recovery.
I mean, ultimately, you should have been buying into those already and using the stocks we've been talking about, or actually what Rouse was talking about. Yeah. And use those gains to buy into those safe stocks. Remember, these stocks are not meant, well, not all of them. Some of them are like CCIV and Tesla. Those are high risk, but they have potential for the long growth because of what they're doing as far as electric cars. But like the other ones, like if you want, like, you know, your Apple, your Walmart, you know, different types of stocks that are there that are always going to be strong. You could have been using your gains from all your option plays, or the gains from when these stocks went from $10 to $20 in an instant, and you could have used those profits when you sold to put into those stocks for the long haul, because ultimately this is always for the long haul event. You're doing this for retirement or for a bigger purpose. How you feel, Jose?
I mean, I think the recovery plays for me, I've been now actually organizing like watch lists, titling it recovery
What
plays.
are some that you're watching?
Let's see. So like you said, they were the ones that really just crashed for the market.
Yeah, like a year ago. You know, some of them have already started to see a recovery. But, and that's what I'm saying, like, a lot of things got beaten up while he's looking. A lot of things got beat up last year in March. And, you know, that's when I started heavily investing, and, you know, I've seen an amazing growth last year. And this year, but except for this last week. But,
so we got things that things that I've been looking into, like Square, Roku.
Okay.
We got DoorDash.
You know, but a lot of those, DoorDash just IPO'd.
Did they?
Those are still somewhat hype plays, and just
It might help.
those are still the technology stocks that people invested in heavily for COVID.
Like MGM Resorts is a pretty
See,
good
a
one.
lot of people are kind of getting out of some of those.
The hotels and things like that?
No, not hotels. Not
Oh,
hotels.
that's what MGM is.
No, I'm talking about like Square and Roku.
Oh, yeah. I've been
That was
looking
more
also at,
COVID
like,
plays.
airlines.
Airlines, yep.
Really good ones.
Yep,
Macy's is
Southwest.
actually not bad. Price pretty good. Home
I
Depot.
mean, but the thing is, do you really see retailers coming back, with e-commerce and all that, like exploding, and
Amazon's
everyone
trying to
buying
take
things
over.
online? Like even still, like people can shop at stores right now, but are they
Long-term?
really shopping heavy? So don't get me wrong, I still like picking out my clothes like in person, but I still buy more heavily online now than I do
Long-term?
in stores.
Long term, I see e-commerce being the way it's going to be.
Right.
But these are just the recovery. So these might be even just like shorter term plays. And those other ones be more of like to focus more towards like
But I'm
the
trying
near
to I'm
future.
trying to get out of the short term.
We're talking about recovery plays for the long haul. Like
Yeah.
Plays you'll keep for years, 3, 5, 10 years.
It might not 10x, but it might 2x or 3x within the 5 years, and
That's stable.
it's a
because
safe
consistent.
return.
Yeah,
It's
so
a
then, like, I
safer
can see the Walmart.
where
And that's what we're talking
I'm
about.
just gonna give an example. It's one of the ones that made me the most profits in 2020. Neo in 2020 was at $2 at one point, and then it went up to at one point $60. It was a hype stock. But don't get me wrong. I think Neo is a good long-term play still, but at the same time, it still has a lot of time to grow. It still needs a lot of time to grow.
I guess
So I
that's
see
something,
it
yeah.
can get beaten down a lot. It not to $2 again, but it can go back to the teens or the 20s again.
But that's
You
fine
know.
because this is a long-term play, because that's what we mean when it goes down to the teens, we buy more
But,
because we're waiting for the 3 to 5 years
But
on
that's
that
why-
particular one.
but also that's why I want to get out of the hype and speculative plays because of how much they can get beat down. These value stocks or recovery stocks, they've already been beaten down. Some of them have recovered, some of them haven't yet. So we got to find the ones that haven't really recovered.
So here's one as an example that's going to be good for 20 years would be like the S&P 500.
That's
That's-
the ETF, yeah.
SPY and things like
That's something that you should put your money in that
Okay.
you know that won't go nowhere except grow.
Yeah.
That's all it's going to do. So you keep putting money in there and you think of that one almost like a 401k stock.
Yeah.
That
Where
100
that one's going to sit there till you retire and only grow. And there's a lot of them like that. It's one, they're very expensive.
I haven't done that much research on those types.
No, dude, those are
ETFs,
very good
And
stocks.
And the thing is,
Yeah.
if
And you look at their portfolio, dude, they don't have dips.
yeah.
They have tiny ones, but dude, it's not about when you buy in a dip. You just buy because it's just to keep growing.
Yeah. They're almost like the economy.
Basically.
So, guys, like this week, I don't see it as a complete market crash. I see it as a correction.
Yeah, I see it as people
Oh,
selling
let
off
me-
their. Yeah, I see it as people selling off their gains.
Yeah, because of the whole Federal Reserve with the bond thing, that was part of it, and then obviously the CCIB workhorse, that was a big hit for a lot of people. But a lot of people are moving out of technology stocks and growth stocks and this and that, and moving more towards safer plays. The question I was getting to is, how do you guys feel about a possible market crash actually coming soon? Because if that happens, I don't want to be in the S&P 500 before it happens. I'd rather get in after it happens and then watch it recover in a year or two, and then really see my gains.
Yeah, but that goes back to what just happened to me on Monday. You can't predict that.
Yeah, no. It's hard as hell to time. That's why I'm asking. We can't predict this stuff. We're not, analysts or advisors or any of that stuff. So I'm just asking your opinion. Do you see one coming in this year? Because personally, I can see it coming, but I see it down the road, maybe 2-3 years. But it all depends. There's so many things that have to happen for that to actually happen.
I don't see that happening because how many people are being such as entrepreneurs in life and how they want to expand their own businesses and of course wanting to grow everything. I don't really see that happening unless something was to happen really dramatic. Maybe as an example, another COVID. Not saying COVID in general, but just something that crazy that come in and then hurt the economy again. But I don't really see that happening unless it was premeditated, and I'm not getting into that.
Yeah, no conspiracy theories.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If it was premeditated, some bullshit.
I
that's
mean,
the only way you're gonna say
if
it
we want to
happened.
make this like a 3-hour video, I can go deep into it.
No, I'm not
like
going to
that.
no
Okay.
conspiracies. I'm just saying, as an example, that's the only time I can say it happening. There was a conspiracy bullshit where everyone felt that was going to happen. Because remember, it goes back to media. If everyone feels there's a conspiracy theory in the media, and then I can feel the stock market fucking dropping, just like how it already does, little spikes, little drops.
You said there was a decline percentage that we've been seeing. I know they've said that crashes are typically once it hits a certain percentage. It was like up there in like 17 or 15%. I have to look a little more in detail, but
I mean, I would see that more as a correction, because like a real crash would be like everything crashing like 40 to 50%.
Even projected.
You know,
things
not
like
just
S&P.
one, like, because like this week we seen some stocks crash up to 40%, 50%, and then others
But
crash 10 to 15.
but the NASDAQ percentage, that decline number, I think has a certain number where they consider it then a possible thing. So I think the correction is kind of where I'm leaning to.
I think it's just how
Do you
someone
know
else
the
said it.
difference between the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange?
There
There is a difference. Yeah, that's why you gotta watch that video, that Jordan Belfort video. I'm
Bro,
dead
I'm not
ass,
telling
bro.
you-
He taught me so much
I'm not
just
saying
breaking it
that.
down.
I believe you. Is it like a what is it?
It's like a
It's
just him
documentary or
talking.
something?
No, it's a YouTube.
No, it's just
Oh,
him
okay.
talking. Yeah, because
It's
he
an
does
interview.
his, like, you know, he does his own videos.
No, dude,
So-
watch his
Oh,
interviews.
oh,
And
I will,
watch
bro.
any interview that has someone smart, dude. You'll grasp their knowledge.
Yeah.
You'll be really surprised at what they have to say, and it's like they even asked him in an interview, "How do you feel it happened with GMC?" He goes, "Oh yeah, we know this game." You know, I'm paraphrasing him, but the fact is, he's telling like, "Oh yeah, this is something that could happen," and it's hilarious of what they're doing. And honestly, guys, like they're gonna win as far as Wall Street because they have more money. But realistically, it's a game that people do in Wall Street. And I'm paraphrasing.
I
Don't
remember
take
y'all
me
telling
word
me
for
that
word.
the first week I was interested in getting further, and y'all were just like, "Bro, it's a fucking game."
It's
And
a
that's
game,
what
bro.
it is.
I know.
Everyone basically
Uh,
And you know what?
It is.
You know what? The people that made this game made a good play this week. They really did.
No.
You know, but you know what? We can come back.
Yeah.
We're gonna make a comeback. There's gonna be a recovery. I'm gonna sit and hold with what I got. I'm gonna, buy the dip until it recovers for some of them. I might invest in some new stuff, some more recovery plays. Right now, I'm going heavy with Tesla because that's the one I feel like is my best long-term play. It's super expensive right now. And don't get me wrong, I don't see Tesla 10xing in the next 10 years. I don't see that. I can see it 3xing maybe. And I'm happy with that. And if I can, get to a high enough shares and then it splits and then I have 100 and I can play the options with it, I'll be so happy. But, until then, I'm just going to keep buying that mostly, and I'm going to see something else that I still have enough other plays where I can play the options and just put that premium towards Tesla. That's pretty much what I'm going to be doing until I find something else that I feel is safe and good long term. So, that's where I'm going moving forward, guys. Or anywhere you going moving forward?
Well, like I said, I played all my buying power, which was a lot of my gains.
Mm-hmm.
So I could invest more, but I'm not in the mood.
No, I
Well,
get it.
upset.
You pretty much tapped out as far as putting more
I
money
didn't
in.
tap out. I just don't want to put in because I'm a little upset what happened. So I should buy it in the game. So I'm just going to play now. It's just I'm going to play options, get those gains, and then put those into dips if they stay here. Because if it stay like this for 2 or 3 weeks, I can get my option plays and put them back into those dips. And then if it goes back up, I'm happy. And like I said, I just played the waiting game.
Honestly, this is a time to wait, even if it's a worst case scenario, a year or so, because this big dip or whatever, just because of how I played it at first, I took a big hit with CCIV Monday, and then I transferred a lot of my money over to Workhorse, which I made it 50% of my portfolio. And when that crashed, it made me feel like when I first started investing and I was day trading Uber. So but I didn't take as big of a hit. I lost 60% of my portfolio when I did that with Uber because I put all of my money into Uber. But I still put in too much of my money into Workhorse where I took that big of a hit. Same with CCIB. So I gotta stay more diversified. And that's where I gotta, honestly, and I just said I'm putting a lot of money in Tesla. So like right now I have like 33% of my account in Tesla. So if that takes a big hit, and you know Tesla's very volatile, it goes up and down a lot. You guys seen it this week alone? It's gone down like $200. Like so, but that's why I was buying it. I think it's a good time. But you know, a lot of things are factored into Tesla right now as far as its evaluation and how high the stock price is. You know, with the whole autonomous driving, future robo taxis, this and that. So that's my only fear with Tesla. I do feel like it's going to be a very valuable company in the future, as long as it executes these things, you know, effectively. If it starts to fail, it's going to get beat down more and more. I'm not going to pull out though. Like Tesla is my long-term hold. That's my 5-year hold. That's the one I want to get to 100 and really play the game with, you know. So on that note, is there any what stock would be your guys' long 5-10-year hold? And don't say Tesla because I already took it, fuckers. Pick something else. Pick something else.
I mean, I'll personally be honest with you guys. I don't really think any of the ones that I'm playing with are like a.
No. It doesn't have to be something you have now, but what? Even if it's something you would like to hold but you don't have. You know, even if it's too expensive, like Amazon, you know, it's $3,000. I ain't buying it, but it's like still a good 10-year hold for me.
No, I'll be honest with you, man. I really haven't thought down to think what company I would consider. I mean, like a quick thought. I mean, really Apple, because Apple's always doing something.
Honestly, I was thinking about that. Go ahead, though.
Yeah, Apple's always doing something as far as ideas, as far as their technology, and I feel like that's always going to be something. Like as an example, this is my opinion. I feel Apple could team up with Tesla, and they could have an amazing technology within their cars. Imagine your phone and everything connecting to, you know, your phone connecting to your car, and it's almost like an example. It's like a Jarvis. It's actually part of you. And what if you made your phone as an integrated system to work with your Tesla vehicle?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying as an example. I just see Apple doing something, but that's not. Yeah, that's how I can really end it.
People are talking about the Apple car again. I mean, Apple brought up the idea.
No one's saying Apple car.
No. That's what it's called though.
I'd say Tesla's car with their like
with their technology.
Yeah,
but the thing is, Tesla likes to make their own technology.
Of course, but like, what if you could work together? Because everyone likes Apple technology, except for the people who like Android, and there's nothing wrong with that. But as an example, like both of them are still great.
And honestly,
technology.
that team would be a superpower. If Tesla and Apple work together, like that would be an amazing team.
Just like as an example, if
you know, they're already both like super companies either way. So it's not like one can benefit the other more than the other. It's just they would both grow from each other.
The moment Apple stops selling anything is when they won't be anything. But until then, bro,
but
that's
Apple
all I've ever known since like.
But the thing is, Apple comes out with new products every year, and I don't see them slowing down anytime soon. And the thing is, the popularity of Apple has, you know, it just grows and grows.
Yeah.
You know, personally, I've always been against Apple phones just because of how easily they break. So, like, I've never owned an Apple phone, but, you know, I see why people love them. I see why it's a great company to invest in, and it's not just their phones.
I think my long term is probably going to be Airbnb.
You know what? You know, I was so against that when it IPO'd just because of how high it was IPOing at, but it is a great company, and honestly, I think that is why I will not invest in any hotel companies for recovery, because I see Airbnb slaughtering them. And I seriously, not right away, but in the next 5 years, they're just gonna like, who the fuck wants a fucking hotel room when you can just rent out a house for the same price?
Fucking, like the views and all this stuff.
I prefer Airbnb, but it was just valued way too high, and you know it's gone up since its IPO, so I kind of wish I just did it, but even still, I still see that as a hype stock. I see it getting beaten down. Yep, it will get beaten down eventually, but it will recover very nicely. So when it gets beaten down eventually, because all stocks do, I'll buy in. I will finally pull the trigger. I know it won't be enough where I can fucking buy 100 shares. And that's why I was against it. It was like it IPO'd so high, I can't even buy 100 shares. Like, what did it IPO at? Like, you bought it when it IPO'd?
No, I haven't bought it. It's just something that I've been following.
Oh, for a 10-year play? Yeah. No, that's a good one.
Like,
I see that one in 5 years just dominating that whole sector.
That's
You
like-
know, and they don't really have a lot. They don't have competition, not really. So you know, competition probably will start coming out, but right now they're dominating the sector, just like Tesla dominates the EV sector. That's why I'm heavy in Tesla. So Ernie, 10-year play. Or did you already say it?
Yeah, I said it. Cut it off. Yeah, I said it.
Was Apple?
It was Apple, yeah. No, I didn't cut it off. I'll let you finish.
No, you didn't. We'll 10 you.
Whatever.
Wow.
So yeah.
I think, yeah, DD.
How do you guys enjoy the Scotch? Let's
Good.
talk about that a little bit. Like, we're drinking the Johnny Walker Game of Thrones Song of Fire edition right now, and some classic Buchanan 12-year-old. So, did you guys try both yet? I drank that one a little bit. I haven't had this one
I
yet.
think I had this one. Sorry.
You haven't tried this one yet?
No, I think I tried it. Alright, cup. Alright, I appreciate you, man.
So, Ernie, your favorite between the two? Talk Scotch a little bit, you know?
I mean, me personally, I don't really have favorites. They're both very good. One's a whiskey and one's a Scotch. At the end of the day, they're both very good. Oh, I'm sorry, my apologies. I said both a Scotch. They're both very good. This is more of a smoky, as far as this is more of a smooth. I couldn't really pick. They're both good.
I would say the Song of Fire is slightly smoother than the Buchanan's, and smokier. They're both still really nice scotches.
Yeah, smoky's good. But I'm not gonna lie, I love the aged.
Like the Buchanan's more. Now, don't get me wrong. That one's aged, we just don't know how long. It doesn't have it on there. All Scotch has to be aged a minimum of 3 years. That's the rule. So, yep.
Fun facts. Yeah.
Yep, fun facts, you know, for the video.
Another
Scotch
one-
facts.
Another one that people don't know, the reason why it's called a Scotch is because it's from Scotland. That's why I
Yep.
usually mix up and say whiskey, because if you ever read a bottle, it says Scotch whiskey.
Yep.
But
it
it's
is
Scotch
a
'cause
whiskey.
it's from Scotland. It's a whiskey though. Just never forget that.
Yep.
What kind of scotch do you guys want to see us drink
Oh,
next?
Last fun fact about Scotch, it has to be 40% or more. Can't be below 40%.
And the last cool
Or
fact on
80
my
proof.
end, if you don't drink Scotch, you're not a drinker.
Yeah, you're honestly though, like, you haven't matured enough to your drinking level. I don't care who gets upset with this.
Exactly. We
I don't
care.
give a damn right
We
now.
don't really
Right
don't.
at the camera. for
We're-
that.
We don't
We're
care
being
about the
real
bashes.
right now.
We don't care about whatever comments you put. We would love to talk to you on FaceTime, whatever, and let you know and hurt your feelings that
I
if you
care-
don't drink Scotch, bourbon, or whiskey, I mean, you're not really a drinker to us.
Yeah, I care more about
We'll throw cognac, but unless
your
you're getting it
opinion
from
on
France.
mine on the stocks, but for liquor, I don't care. I have 5 years liquor experience, not drinking, working with it, and it, you know, selling it and all that. So, if you're not a Scotch drinker yet, I mean, you're not
You're
a
still
real
growing.
drinker.
You're still
yeah,
growing. That's
you're
our
still
opinion.
maturing.
Yeah, you're still
You're-
growing.
you're-
That's understandable.
you know,
we won't hate on your palate
I'm
because
not,
it takes
you know, I'm
time.
not gonna get on you too much about it, but
Just for all those people who are going to try to say we're going to beat you to the punch, we just don't care.
yep.
There you go.
You know what?
No, like, dude,
Hey,
you
you know
understand,
what?
bro.
I'm happy that I was able to just
You got to understand.
be out there, you
You
know?
got to understand.
Yeah,
We're going to have
people need
haters
to
like,
know.
oh, I won't touch Scotch. Well, we don't care.
Or they've already touched like, oh, that's
It's not good. Well, you're still a baby time.
Yeah, yeah,
Baby
your
tongue.
palate. Yeah.
A baby tongue.
Don't get me wrong. I
Remember when you were
used to
7?
feel the same way. I was
Oh,
at that
shit.
level once. you
Yeah,
know.
I'm not
was
saying I grew up that way. I was born
you
that
know,
way.
I
It
was
takes
21
time.
once too.
Like, I'll tell you one time when I had something when I was about 7, 10, I had a little taste of it. It
I
tastes
used-
disgusting.
hey,
Because you got a baby tongue.
I used to like Hennessy. I used to think Hennessy.
There's
was
nothing
good.
wrong with cognac.
And I know a lot of people are gonna hate on me now for saying that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it right now.
Oh.
Hennessy is garbage. Yeah.
Not to say, but you guys gotta understand
No,
why we
I'm
say
not.
this.
I'm not saying all cognac.
Thank you.
I'm just-
Cognac.
Cognac. And another fun fact: brandy. All cognac is brandy. Fun fact for you. So for all the people that say I only drink cognac, no, you drink brandy. You drink brandy. No, don't stop recording. You drink brandy, and also
Wait, hold
the
on.
only reason it's called cognac is because it's made in Cognac, France. I'm done.
That's what I was
gonna
gonna add it to.
I'm gonna leave
Exactly. You ain't drinking out of France. You ain't drinking real cognac. Thank you.
Okay.
We're done with our little.
I think we need to end the video here before it gets any intense.
Yeah.
So this is Rob with Rob in the Market, my brother Ernesto, and my friend Jose. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of stocks and scotch. Till next time, peace
Take it
out.
easy.